Hi, my name's Tanya Bassi. I am 35 years old and a mom of two, and I am the proud studio owner of DanceWorks Movement Design in Milford, New Hampshire. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm looking forward to giving you a little bit more background about the studio and our dance community. I have been teaching dance since I was 18 years old, and from the first class that I ever taught, I knew that I had found my passion and that one day I wanted to own my own studio. So after teaching for 10 years, I decided it was time for me to try my hand as a business owner. My first 3 years were spent at a studio space in Wilton. This space was small with just one studio room, one bathroom, and a tiny waiting room, but it was the perfect place to start. Several of my former students had heard that I was planning to open a studio, and much to my delight, they decided to follow me down this new path. One of these families was Patty and Scott McIntyre. After my second year open, I knew that I would soon outgrow my space, and so began the hunt for a new location. I had always hoped to settle into the town of Milford. Now, Patty was very determined to get me into Milford because it was going to shorten her commute to the dance studio each way by about 15 minutes, which, with two girls dancing on average 10 to 15 hours per week each, you can appreciate her motivation. So before I could say bibbity bobbity boo, Patty and Scott became my studio fairy godparents. With the tremendous support and help and efforts from the McIntyres, we were able to transform an old warehouse on Cottage Street into a state-of-the-art facility just in time for the fall season to start. And that is how DanceWorks became a part of the Milford community. During the past 7 years, DanceWorks has become a leader in the area of dance artistry and technique. We have had an outstanding competitive dance company with dancers ages 5 to 18 that travel to regional and national competitions, as well as guest perform at community and choreography festivals throughout New Hampshire. The studio has won dozens of choreography awards, technical awards, student scholarships, and this season we were awarded our second ADCC Studio of Excellence Award and the overall Best Studio Award from the Groove Dance Competition in Nashua, New Hampshire. Our mini company dancers began competing 3 years ago at ages 5 and 6. My daughter is currently the youngest company dancer, and she just turned 8. In 3 seasons, the minis have gone undefeated in the small group division. Here is a video of their mini open acro contemporary routine called Munchkins, which I choreographed for this season. are so proud of our competitive awards, and we love how providing these dancers with the opportunity to share the stage with other performers from around the country has made them better dancers and better humans. We support all of the other performers, whether we win or lose, and at the end of the day, our company goal is to share some art whenever we take the stage.
Regrets collect like old friends, here to relive your darkest moments. I can see no way, I can see no way, and all of the ghouls come out to play. That every demon wants his pound of flesh, but I like to keep some things to myself. I like to
Aside from competitive achievements, the studio received an immensely powerful distinction 2 years ago. In 2018, I wrote, choreographed, and directed our first original full-length production of The New Gypsies. This show was a historical look into the lives of the Romani people and their persecution by Nazi Germany. Throughout the 2 weeks we spent working on the show, we offered historical lectures to our dancers as young as age 5, and we taught them about the badges of shame used in concentration camps to catalog the Romani people. We put our own spin on the badges of shame, and our dancers created their own badges of hope that we displayed throughout the lobby at the Amato Center during the performance. These pieces were awarded the 2018 Charles A. Hildebrand Award for Holocaust and Genocide Studies from one of the nation's oldest and most renowned centers for Holocaust and Genocide Studies, the Cohen Center. Here is the video recording from our performance, which was premiered during the awards ceremony at the Cohen Center.
Don't you see me coming? Don't you see me now? Well, don't you see me coming? Every little once in a while. Bring a little water, Sylvie. Bring a little water now. Bring me a little water, Sylvie. Every little once in a while. Won't you bring it in a bucket, Sylvie? Won't you bring it in a bucket now? Won't you bring it in a bucket, Sylvie? Every little once in a while. Sylvie, come running. Sylvie, coming down. Sylvie, come running. Every little once in a while.
I've shown you several examples of our older dancers and their achievements, but where do they begin? In our top program. I have spent nearly 20 years designing my program for dancers ages 2 to 5. We offer 3 styles of dance for this age group: ballet, tap, and acrobatics. The DanceWorks Top program differs greatly from other programs because it is a codified, thematic syllabus that offers students, parents, and teachers a perfect blend of repetition and variety. Every month, the theme of the class changes. Parents receive detailed newsletters outlining the new class theme, and we keep our tiny dancers engaged with weekly activity pages and rewards. For example, during Prince and Princess Month, our students collect gems to decorate paper crowns at the end of each class. When the month is over, the students get to tiptoe out of class with their new crowns that they made themselves. We just finished up our 4th season in Milford, and like everyone's businesses, this year was not quite the same. The challenges that our dance community faced were daunting. When we were shut down for COVID, we were just 2 weeks away from wrapping up our competitive dance season and ramping up preparations for our year-end DanceWorks of Art recital. With all of the uncertainty, my priority shifted at turbo speed to one large question: how can I run a dance studio online? We offer tap, ballet, jazz, contemporary, hip hop, acrobatics, and aerial silks for dancers ages 2 to adult. And in just 1 week, I had to convert a 60 class weekly schedule to an online format. Within days, we had put out YouTube instructional videos for the interim to keep all of our dancers active and engaged while we developed our new Zoom class schedule. I also hosted several Instagram and Facebook Live classes, including a 20-minute tiptoe treasure hunt class for our top dancers ages 2 to 5. We provided all of these social media classes for free, not just to our current students, but to the community as a whole, in the hopes that we could do our part to keep kids active and healthy and offer parents a few minutes break while we danced with their little ones. In May, I was faced with my next big question: how can I hold a recital? As always, my first thought was for the kids. Dance is different from many other sports in the sense that dance students practice for about 10 months to perform once. In most sports, the practice to play ratio is very different. All I knew was that our students had been preparing for months to get on that stage, and that I had an obligation to my students and their families to do what I could to provide all of them that moment to shine. My poor graduating seniors, I thought. I had 4 this year. Ben, who had danced with me since the age of 5 and has just received a full tuition scholarship to Dean College for dance and was cast as the Beast in our ballet production. Delaney, who has been dancing with me for 5 years and received a 50% scholarship to Dean College for dance as well. She was also cast as our Belle in our Beauty and the Beast production. Cami, who has been dancing with me for 6 years and just recently received her acrobatic arts preschool teaching certification, and she will be on faculty starting this fall. And Helena, who I have had as a student since she was 2 years old in the first class that I ever officially taught on my own. Now she is about to complete her yoga certification and has been assistant teacher training with me for 4 years, and she will also be joining faculty for next season. These kids represent the next generation that I hope will give back to the dance community. So it was very important to me to give these seniors a spotlight moment. So we went down to Keys Field at the new performance site, and we spent about an hour and a half there together creating this on a beautiful day. And I was just so happy to be able to spend this time with my dancers after so long apart during quarantine and to give them this gift as they graduate this season. This video was viewed over 11,000 times on social media. This is a beautiful performance venue, and I hope that our video will inspire other dancers, studio owners, and entertainers to take part in such a beautiful space to perform. Our ballet production of Beauty and the Beast included just about 40 students, and unfortunately, due to COVID, the performance had to be rescheduled, and we are hoping to perform this coming January, the 15th through the 17th, 2021. I personally have over 100 hours into the production of this show, and that doesn't include all of the work from my amazing ballet faculty and, of course, these kids. So not doing anything at the end of this year was just simply not an option for me. As you can see, we used several different performing venues, including the Yankee Siege in Greenfield, New Hampshire, and also we went back to Keys Field and we used this performance space to produce several of our ballet production videos. Even though the experience was very different, it was also a great opportunity for our students to try something new. Finally, when we were able to get back into the studio in June, we held an in-studio recital weekend. It wasn't the same as a traditional show. Only one class was allowed in the building at a time and only one parent per dancer. But for our recreational dancers, this was their only time to perform in costume and show off all of their hard work. So it was extremely important, and I'm so glad that we were able to get back into the studio and provide this opportunity for our families. There is nothing more magical than seeing a child's face light up the first time that they take the stage. So here is a little dose of cuteness overload for everyone from our in-studio recital performance.
Tiptoe to the window, by the window, that is where I'll be. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me. Knee deep in flowers we'll stray, we'll keep the showers away. And if you kiss me in the garden, in the moonlight, I will pardon you. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me.
Dance is such an amazingly important part of the community. For the past several years, I have had the opportunity to serve as an artist in residence in many of the local elementary schools, including Greenfield and Temple, and bring dance into the community as an outreach program for a week with the entire school. And at the end of the week, we produce a mini musical for the entire community to enjoy. In an article from Stanford University, they note that dancing is mainly associated with physical health benefits, but scientists have recently discovered its neurological benefits. The complex mental coordination that dance requires activates several brain regions, triggering kinesthetic, rational, musical, and emotional responses. This strengthens the neural connections and can improve memory. Regular dancing reduced the risk of dementia by 76%, twice as much as reading. Doing crossword puzzles at least 4 days a week only reduced the risk by 47%. So as you can see, dance is not only great for physical health, but for mental and emotional health as well. Aside from this exciting scientific statistic, dance offers kids a way to express themselves without words. It requires motivation, discipline, and focus. Time and time again, I've had students tell me that dance is their life, that they need it, that coming to the studio makes them feel safe, socially accepted, and empowers them to do their best. At DanceWorks, we train every dancer like they are our own kids. We celebrate their struggles because we know that their work will reward them in so many ways, not only in dance, but also in regular life skills as well. We are a community of respect, hope, acceptance, and determination, and I hope to continue to share my passion for dance with the Milford community for many years to come.